I'm Frida Savannah. I am talking today with Debbie Schneider, our divorce mediator with Alpha Center for Divorce Mediation. Welcome, Debbie.
Thank you, Frida. It's good to be here.
Thank you. And we're looking forward to hearing more about your role as a divorce mediator. I'm not sure a lot of people might understand exactly what you do.
The role of your divorce mediator is to be the trusted guide for the parties, to guide them through the divorce process and to help them reach a reasonable
kind of a conclusion, a settlement.
A reasonable, compassionate conclusion to the divorce. The first step to achieve that goal is for the one party to call the Alpha Center and set up a consultation. Consultation is free, but both parties have to attend. The consultation can be held in person with the attorney mediator, or the parties can certainly do it all on Zoom, and that works really well. At that consultation, the Alpha divorce mediator will explain a little bit about the divorce laws in Pennsylvania, but they won't go into much depth because you're really looking for an overview. The parties need to understand how the Alpha mediation program works, how we go about doing what we do, and we encourage them to ask any questions and to really tell us what's keeping them up at night when they're contemplating facing a divorce.
Good way to put it.
Right, because often there are lots of things keeping them up at night. Right. And obviously one of those is what they're going to do with their children. You know, custody, if you have minor children, custody in a divorce is a really major issue. I've never sat down with a couple at any Alpha mediation and had them tell me that we're not really worried about our kids. Every couple is worried about their children and their children's well-being. Once couples decide they want to enter our program is a parenting mediation. The Alpha provides a trusted, gifted family child therapist who will sit down and put together a parenting agreement. Then the Alpha mediator, the divorce mediator, who's overseeing the entire process for the couple, sits down and works out their financial settlement with the parties. Now, before we do that, we ask the parties to participate in our discovery process. And the discovery process will be the parties submitting to us what their finances look like, assets and liabilities, because we need to have a really accurate picture to do a comprehensive, accurate result in terms of their agreement. So we will take that material and organize it. And then at the financial mediations, the attorney will have that material and then each of the parties will have that material as well. And they go through that process and figure out who's going to do what and how the settlement will ultimately look. Now at this point, the attorney mediator really takes on the most important vital role. The attorney mediator is going to set forth the goals, so that the parties understand. They will go into some significant depth about the divorce laws, and they will really most importantly, remain neutral. So at the Alpha mediation, all of us are committed completely to neutrality. And that's really the cornerstone of how mediation works.
And it makes it so different than litigation.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. It's complete opposite of litigation. And those attorneys are acting as advocates, but they're pulling the parties apart. And ultimately, the best solution and the best result will come from the parties working together.
Right, and that's how Alpha really is
that's
separate
and
different, and what the heart of mediation.
It's the heart of mediation.
Thank
so
you.
Everyone at Alpha is going to be completely neutral. And the attorney mediator also importantly will never have an agenda, right? They're never going to have their own agenda. Their role is to help the parties, is to lay it out for the parties to make the decisions. So the parties will have more control over the result ultimately. They will be given a safe space to air their concerns. They won't allow one party to bully or demean or criticize the other party. So if there has been an imbalance of power between the parties,
which there often is,
yes, there often is, that attorney mediator is going to understand that after meeting with the parties, and level that playing field. Make the parties understand that they're equals in this process. They both have full rights to be there, and they have full rights to have all of their concerns and issues addressed.
Can you give any sense of how long the process is, or is it really very much dependent on the couple?
To some degree, it's dependent on the couple. But one of the reasons why our divorce mediation program works so brilliantly for so many couples is because we really encourage people, once they start our program, to get through the process, make their decisions, and get to the other side. Because what causes the most suffering in a divorce is being in limbo, right? You've started the process, but you don't have resolution about anything. And so your life feels completely upended and you feel in limbo. So we really encourage our couples to get to a settlement, get to a signed agreement within 3 months of starting the program. The less time you take, the better the resolution ultimately is going to be. You can move forward in your lives. And that's what people really want, and that's what we encourage our clients to do at the Alpha Center, is look forward, not backward. The whole process is going to help establish and reinforce the trusted relationship between the mediator and the parties in the divorce.
Comes back to that.
It comes back to that. It really does. And we pride ourselves on being able to really help the couple get to that point. And when they ultimately reach a settlement, the attorney mediator has created a marital settlement agreement that's completely comprehensive. It's 100% accurate. The parties have reviewed it over and over again. They have been encouraged, if they so desire, to have an outside attorney review it. We certainly are 100% comfortable with that. There's no problem with that. And once it's signed, it's binding legal contract that they can rely on.
That was my next question. I think some people wonder, is a divorce mediation the same as a divorce?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's simply a different forum for resolution. You have saved yourselves much time. You've saved money.
Sure.
Over litigation, absolutely. And what we have also done for you at the Alpha Center is help you maintain the goodwill that the two people have toward each other. That is really what we do best at the Alpha Center. Most couples, when they start their divorce, their goodwill toward each other has often been damaged. It's suffered. But you don't want to see it erode away anymore. You want to see them maintain what they have.
What do you think would be the best outcome? What do you consider the best outcome from a divorce mediation?
Frida, I think the very best outcome for any couple divorcing is for them to understand that they have reached a meaningful compromise. No party in a divorce is ever going to win or lose everything. There's no winning or losing in a divorce. And that is one of the differences between litigated and mediated divorces. In litigation, people go into litigation and they think they're going to win. And it doesn't happen. It's a compromise. It's always going to be a compromise. So people must understand that, and if they understand that they will be searching and reaching a meaningful compromise, then they will choose mediation with the Alpha Center.